Now in your life, there's opportunities that come up every once in a while where you can try to help someone out or just be helpful and a good person. And that's what this video is about. Over the last year, I sold a postcard to this gentleman of his late great uncle surf fishing. And here's the postcard. I've sold it twice to him. The first time I sold it, he sent a message stating, "Thank you for the card. Do you have any more? The family is looking for more of these." And I did not. But last month I was going through some lots that I purchased and I found another one of the surf fishing card. So I said this time when I put it up, hopefully he'll respond, because I didn't remember what his username was. And he purchased the card. It took about a week or so, and he did purchase it, and he sent the same message. Well, we started corresponding back and forth, and I asked him, is it okay for me to share your ID and your story on my YouTube channel? And here's the correspondence we had back and forth. He replied, "Please do. I have many relatives, and ones that I did not know I had till recently would like copies. My great uncle is the one with the bucket hat closest to the camera, right here." So I sent him the card, and when he got the card arrived this morning. Your copy of the card helped the family finally put out part of the puzzle together on how old the card is into place. It was for sale in Bodega Bay in Sonoma County for many years while I was growing up, and we all thought the card was from the late 70s, early 80s. But in fact, it was really before 1973, as the postmark on the back of the card you sent is 1972, as you see here. Then we started going back and forth a little bit, and he also brought up some more facts about his uncle and how it came about and how his uncle liked to fish. According to my mother, who I showed the card to, the cancel stamp from the post office helped to show that my uncle did in fact surf fish from around the late 60s to at least the early 80s. I was born in 1973, and I can remember being younger than age 10 when we used to meet up with him out there at the Sonoma coast. Since the card says 1972, I believe he was doing it long before my sister and I were born. I remember many times going to meet him with my mother, sister, and cousin, and helping him with his catch. As he filled his net, he would back up out of the surf and dump the fish farther up the beach from the waves so his kids could gather them and pail them. Put them in pails, I guess. The girls would pick up the fish by the tail, all the while making faces and ew noises. And my mother said that I always just grabbed them around the middle and went, "Look at the fishy," as I'm shaking them around, and that I was always the weird one. I was the only kid out of the three of us who came home smelling like a fish. For some reason, I never did find out why. He needs to ask his mother. He stopped surf fishing in the mid-late 80s. By then he was in his 60s and 70s. He may have been just my great uncle, but as my mother said, we were the grandkids he never had. All I can remember since he passed in the late 1990s is that he loved to surf fish where that picture was taken, which I want to say is a beach called Goat Rock in Sonoma County, just north of Bodega Bay. Now this family is looking for help. They're looking for more of these cards. Sure, they could print out a picture of the card that I sent them, scan it or whatever, but they're looking for ones with dates on them. They're looking for messages on them, or just the original card that sold to remember their great uncle. This really hits home with me when I get asked, why do people collect postcards? This is a perfect example of why people collect postcards. This brings back many happy, fun memories of surf fishing with his great uncle, and the family enjoys it. This is why, one of the main reasons why people collect nostalgia and memories for postcards. Basically, that picture is a shot in time of his uncle, great uncle, doing something that he enjoyed and he shared with his family. Now this family is looking for our help, my help, your help, if you can. If you have this card in your collection, or do you have it in a lot, or you come across it in the future, I'm asking if you want to sell it, email me at contact@shellmarksales.com. And you could put in the title surf fishing, make sure I catch it, but contact@shellmarksales.com and tell me you have that card, and we'll work out a deal. What I'm trying to do is gather as many of these cards that I can, and then I'll send them on to the family. From the last one I mailed, I do have his his address, and I can mail it there. We've only been able to correspond through eBay, and it doesn't let me put phone numbers or stuff like that, email addresses in there without getting dinged or taken out of one of those bad messages from eBay saying you can't do that. So hopefully I texted the number from the order, but I haven't received anything, but I do have his address. But if you do have that card or come across it, get a hold of me and I will purchase that card from you, and we can send it on to the family. So that's what this video is about, is trying to help the family, get them some more cards, and if we can get a good batch of them, it would be great if you guys have them or you see them just on there. But here's a picture of the card one more time. That's his uncle closest to the camera with that bucket head he called on there. And look at, they got these nets that they use, not like a fishing pole, but it's like a net. He goes out there and gets the fish and brings it in. Pretty cool. So if you can help out, be great. Contact me, contact@shellmarksales.com. If you come across this card, I will buy it from you. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.